Carla Gutierrez is no stranger to the movie business, having been honored multiple times for her editing work. But her new documentary, Frida, about the life of iconic artist Frida Kahlo, is her directorial debut. We're so happy Carla could join us to share more about this project. So, Carla, instead of doing traditional interviews, you decided to use Frida's words and letters. Tell me about that choice.
That was the whole process and vision that we have for this film. There was this opportunity to let Frida tell her own story, and I never really wanted to look at Frida from the distance of history and the distance of kind of like academic expertise of her. I value that work so much. I mean, we built our research on top of that academic work that has been done about her. But in this case, we really wanted to get you to her heart, get you to actually listen to her thoughts. And there is enough material. There's a lot of letters out there, her diary, some interviews that she did at the end of her life that really, capture her voice. And we had those words. So we really wanted to bring that voice alive. And that's what our film is all about.
So you wanted to make this movie more emotional than historical?
And present time. I mean, we thought at the very beginning that we might have to rely on other people's voices, but I only wanted to use the voices of people that knew Frida, that were there, that, had firsthand testimonies of her life. But as we started the research, she actually kind of took over because, and like you said, because we were going for that emotional narrative, not necessarily a list of things that happened in her life, but really hear about her feelings and maybe her fears or her pain or her passion through that really full life, that we lean on that. And that's what she offered us in her writings as well. So she really kind of took over. I mean, there were a lot of letters where she expressed her feelings about what was going on at that moment in her life. And there were, again, the diary at the end of the life, there was a lot of recollection and reflection that she did towards the end of her life about her entire life. And so we really lean on that and allowed her to guide us through that process.
You're such a big fan of her work. Did you learn something you didn't know before?
So I was not only a fan, but I was one of those people that get obsessed with Frida. So I've known her for a few decades. And so I knew pretty much all the details of her life. They were not facts that were new to me, but what was new to me was kind of the texture of her personality or how she spoke about those facts. I think that, really reading her being very fragile, when she's maybe thinking of aborting a pregnancy or during the loss of a pregnancy, which she was very much, grieving that situation, that fragility, that fear that I heard in her voice through her writings, that was kind of new to me. Or her sense of humor, really hearing, there's so many ways that she had to maybe insult people that she didn't like or insult situations that she didn't like. She did it with such sarcasm and that sense of humor was really strong. So to be able to listen to that as well in the written material was kind of surprising and unique. So I didn't learn much about what happened, but I learned so much about her as a person.
Wow, well, your passion for this project really comes through. Thank you so much for chatting with me, and best of luck.
Thank you so much.